Hi, my name is Caleb Smith, and this is my new media project presentation for Professor Hayden's Com 403 class. And I'd like to start off by saying it's been a great semester, and I've learned a lot in your class, and just thank you for all the opportunities to show how much I've learned and for being so understanding at times also. But for my project, I decided to talk about the cultivation theory and just how TV has changed over the years and how much TV could possibly affect people if they watch too much or what they watch. But the cultivation theory was formed by George Gerbner, and he and his theorists, they claim that prolonged exposure to television could affect one's perception of the world, the real world, and just it's crazy to think about that. They think that if somebody watches too much TV, that it could really affect them and make them think otherwise of what the what the reality is. And so yeah, I just decided to do on cultivation theory just because of, well, at first it was only about how violence was portrayed on TV and how it could affect people from watching that much violence. But now it's switched over to other parts of morality, and just shows how much influence TV can have on people. And I just decided to just talk about how much has changed nowadays, and how gender and race and culture, different types of cultures, they all have roles in television now. In the past, as I stated in my paper, the only show with an African American family was in the 1950s called Amos Andy and Andy, and other than that, there was no TV shows with different types of races, or if they did have different types of races, it would be as servants or prisoners, or just not any lead roles or anything close to lead roles. And nowadays you see more and more minorities and different types of cultures and different types of races being shown on TV, and they're given the lead roles no matter what the color of their skin is, or their or even the gender. Like, you see more and more women on TV as lead roles than you do back in the day. I go on to talk about a couple TV shows, but for instance, Grey's Anatomy, which is about a group of surgeons on the show that doctors. It's just about medical rooms in the ER and stuff like that. I haven't really gone into that show. I've never watched it, but I did some research on it, and it shows that all the doctors are different types of races. Like, they're African American, Caucasian, Latino, Jewish, Irish, and Asian. And just, it's crazy to think that back in the day they never had anything like that. But it's just because culture has become more accepting of minorities, and television has done the same, I guess. And like how I said, how gender roles have switched now. Back in the day, in the 50s, television didn't represent women who worked outside of the home. It was always just stay-at-home moms and cooking, cleaning, and all that stuff, and secretary, and a sidekick. And it's just weird to think about. And now, for instance, the Golden Girls, I mean, it was years ago that show had started, but it was about I think it was four women who, it was the whole show was based on them, and that was really one of the first of its kind to show women as the lead roles, and the show all about them. And then also I go on to talk about another group that has been represented on television a lot lately, and you would have never ever seen in the past, is homosexuals. Towards the end of the 1990s, some television shows showed homosexuals, but they they just stereotype them. They can only depict them through stereotypes. But nowadays, you see almost every show have a homosexual couple or a homosexual person, and they never had that in the back in the day. Just like Good Luck Charlie, which is on Disney Channel, and it's crazy. They show a lesbian couple, and it's just, yeah, they show a lesbian couple, and it's the parents of one of the main characters, and just I was extremely surprised that they did that on Disney Channel, and I can't believe they did that. And also Modern Family, which I'm a huge fan of Modern Family. It portrays a gay couple, Mitch and Cam, and Cameron's a teacher, and Mitch is an environmental lawyer, and they adopt a daughter from Vietnam, and her name is Lily, and it's just, they're two of the, maybe the biggest roles in the show, and they're hilarious, and just like everybody doesn't even have a second thought about them being gay, because it's just part of this world nowadays, and they're just being portrayed like that, and people are just accepting them now. And also, like, back in the day, you never would have saw TV shows just for different types of races or cultures. Like nowadays, they have BET, which is Black Entertainment Television. They have Vivo for Latino people. They have WE, Women's Entertainment. And so I came to the conclusion that the cultivation theory is prevalent in this shift in television, because Gerbner's claim that television represents changes with culture is true. And when television represents acceptance, it is because the culture has become more understanding of the people's differences. Yeah, and then I went on to talk about how television as a whole doesn't represent the Christian worldview, and but the thing is that God created diversity, and the inclusion of such television brings him glory, even if it's not in the best way. It just shows that when culture shows that all people are loved, no matter their race or culture, then the culture is loving in the way that God has called us to. So yeah, I just had to talk about all that. I just thought it would be a great topic to talk about, just to see how far television has come from the past, and you never see any of the things I talked about, and nowadays it's just second nature, and people are falling into that, and they like the shows, and over these next couple years or many years, I don't think it's going to change. I think it's just going to stay the same, and people are just going to watch these television shows and not think anything of it. And I think it's a pretty good thing, because, like, who are we to judge people, and who are we to, like, say what type of race can't be on TV or anything? And I think that although television doesn't show very good stuff or Christian things, that at least everybody's equal now, and it's better than nothing, I guess. I'm sorry that I couldn't provide a PowerPoint. I had to record on my phone, and look forward to hearing back from you about the presentation. Thanks a lot.